The crowd is assembled looking for a Raptors victory here in Toronto. And we've got it for you right here on 2K Sports. Our broadcast team tonight, on one side, Greg Anthony. On the other side, Steve Smith. And on the sideline, David Aldridge. I'm Kevin Harlan. This game is part of the travel schedule for Minnesota.
Yeah, and they're coming in this game also looking for payback after dropping the last one. They play each other just twice this season, and they certainly do not want to be swept.
Certainly not. And when you look at these two teams, they are very evenly matched. You know they'll want revenge tonight after losing the last game earlier this season.
And here is Hardaway. Vince Carter getting it to go from deep. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Nice. Straight power there. Straight power. Knocks down the three ball. And it should be a good one tonight, Steve. Two teams in the playoff conversation.
This is where, Kevin, we see the talent is there on both sides. Also down, this is where coaching can make the difference, putting players in position to come out on top.
Tipped away. And now here comes Okongwu leading the break. Pierce wide open. He fires. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, and how about Pierce there? Immediately squares himself up from outside. Always prepared to rise and fire.
Two open that time. Made it look too easy. 5 points in the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Outside Hardaway. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Billups with the ball. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Steps back. Outside Billups. Over to the wing. Pierce for three. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Larson. And he jams it with authority.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
And stolen by Okongwu. Jones drives in. Can't connect from short range. Timberwolves trailed by 5. Pierce for three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Pierce has got his second bucket of the night.
They have really found a rhythm here early. 4 for 5 to start this game.
New group in now for the Raptors.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing. Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
And the wide open shot from Billups. And a miss there on the triple. One-on-one fast break. They get it back. Out to Payton. Johnson outside. Floats it up for Jokic.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Well, we know, Greg, that Jokic is such a unique talent at that center position. Young player, already top 10 in career triple-doubles.
How about the most triple-doubles ever by a foreign player? And you think of the great skilled European big men. Jokic, arguably the most skilled of them all.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
And the first one drops. And Johnson drops them both. Timberwolves trailed by 6. The kick out to Pierce. Here's Nowitzki. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Nowitzki's got 5.
Terrific play. This is why you run your offense through him and live with the results.
Here's Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Yeah, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane jumping skills, he sees it.
And the basket by Nowitzki.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Then you wonder how long they can keep it going. At some point, you expect the defense will adjust.
Now here's Johnson. 15 seconds left in the first. To the inside. It's deflected. It's taken away by Payton. Right side, Simmons. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Raptors lead. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
Guys, their willingness to attack the basket so far has been great. They're penetrating, finding the holes in the defense, and scoring from close range.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Now here's Hardaway. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Here's Jokic. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
What breathtaking quickness by Simmons. So good at blowing by whoever is brave enough to try to take him on.
Here's the 3. No good from Stackhouse. Toronto leading by 5. Outside Hardaway. Now we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. McGrady outside. Inside. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Yeah, and you got to respect the size McGrady has. Easily seen over the defense there to spot the open man.
And the Raptors call time here. Greg, is a broadcast. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many of the guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, we're just saying that because it's true.
It's stolen by Odom. Pass to Stackhouse.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
On the wing, Hardaway. Spins. That shot off. Nice D from Odom. Here's Stackhouse. That's good. Great play set up by T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. Stackhouse has got it all tied up now for Minnesota. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Here's Hardaway. Banked in off the glass. Hardaway has got his second basket of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Down low. Stolen away. Jones in the post. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
It's stolen by Jones. Here's Hardaway. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Here's Odom. No good from outside. Toronto leading by 6. Pass to Jones. Here he goes. That's tipped. 1:09 left to play here in the half. Now Wells. Here's Stackhouse. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
And here is Hardaway. And Okongwu slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. No good from Stackhouse. Jones with the bounce pass.
You want your bigs playing big. Rips it down in traffic.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. No good from Stackhouse. Raptors leading by 6. Here's Larson. It's hauled in by McGrady.
Missed opportunity, wide open from mid-range. He would love to get that one back. Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
To the paint. 1 second left. Can't get the layup.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
And that's And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Timberwolves trailed by 4. Now Billups still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And it's blocked by Simmons.
How about the balance and body control? Simmons able to send that one packing.
단발이 후 머리가 더 작아 보임.
We're in the city of Toronto, the home of the Raptors, where we will be broadcasting today's action live. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And back in Toronto following the road trip, it's the Raptors on their home court.
And you can tell that both teams will be a little on edge in this one, given the rivalry these teams have. It could be an emotional game.
I think it's always that way when these guys get together. The fans and the players are jacked up. Even the vendors are ramped up, talking stuff. It's a special matchup for sure.
And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game. All right, Clark, old school lineups tonight. Both sides anchored by great pivot men.
Kevin, I can hear the excitement in your voice, man, and I share that excitement when you see big guys that can go at it in old school fashion. I love seeing that because we don't see it that much these days with all of the three-point shooting. We get to see big guys going to work in the paint. I love it.
Here's for three. That shot, no good. And here's Toronto. Outside, Jones. Knocks it loose. And there's the drive. And that one drops for him.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Outside, Pierce. Beyond the arc. Sinks the triple.
Boy, I like how Chauncey Billups looks to share the ball. He's a sturdy point guard with a great feel for when his guys are open.
And it's sent back by Carter. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. And he comes up with the deuce. And here are the Timberwolves. It's a three-point game. Nowitzki outside. But they recover it. Pass to Carter. Lets it go from deep. And Dirk Nowitzki gets the three.
Love how confident Nowitzki is from beyond the arc. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot to go with that 7-foot frame. Almost impossible to block it. He goes in more times than not.
Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
Man, like how strong Nowitzki goes up with it there. I mean, when he's this close, he's not trying to lay it up, fellas. He's punching that thing.
Driving to the basket. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And just fluid off the dribble. Great length to finish, and Hardaway attacking now with purpose.
The kick out to Pierce. That's in. Augustine with the assist. Pierce has got his second basket of the night.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Back to Billups. Outside, Pierce. Nowitzki right side. 5 on the clock. It's deflected. Hardaway for three. Hits the three-point bomb. Hardaway has got 7. Minnesota in the lead. And it's Pierce in the corner. And stolen by Okongwu. To the inside. Hardaway. That's tipped. Three-pointer. And it's Carter missing. And the Raptors with possession. And Jones has it in the corner. Poked away. seconds. Minnesota takes possession. Some changes for Toronto. .32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. From deep, Phillips. Jaylen Brown with the rebound.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Jokic. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even.
Yeah, watching Johnson focus in on his teammates, he does a really nice job, I think, of sensing and feeling when his guy is open.
It's all tied in Toronto. And we'll be back with you right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And how about getting a hand up on McGrady, especially when he's looking to shoot from the outside?
Jokic high post. With the drive. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint. Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that size, that you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that. And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time, the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch.
And Simmons slams it in.
Really love watching Peyton dish it out like that. He's a true floor general who does an outstanding job of getting his teammates to clean looks.
To the paint, Jokic with the steal. Up top, Simmons. Doesn't go for him. So Minnesota will take it the other way. And they're off to Philadelphia after this game as they'll take on the 76ers. And they're playing through a string of road games. That will be game 5 of the 6 on the road.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. So many people know your story, born and raised in Las Vegas. It must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people you know has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling and yes, it brings back a lot of fun.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball.
Now here's Hardaway. He's got 11. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one is on Stackhouse.
Watching Hardaway take over games, love it. Remarkable score. You can fill it up in bunches in a hurry.
And stolen by Okongwu. Pass to Vassell. Outside Hardaway. Shoots the 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Toronto?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Jones with it. Now McGrady defending. Okongwu's shot is good.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Pass to Wells to end the run. Bangs home the trifecta. Wells has got 6.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Toronto lead by 8. Outside, Simmons. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
This offense just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now. Actually, cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is.
Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Stackhouse. Oh, good on the triple.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebound, and you've certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throw tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
It's stolen by Odom. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Stackhouse up top. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. The Timberwolves shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. And the first one at the line is good.
Boy, unique is what Coleman is. Derek Coleman, a big man who can really shoot it, can play inside. He is a real matchup problem for the defense.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
And we'll be back with you shortly. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Timberwolves trail by 5. And here's Toronto. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. Augustine with the steal. And it's Carter penetrating. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things. Never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Timberwolves trail by 4. Pass to Augustine. Outside, Pierce. This one for three. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from Hardaway. Driving in. Lays it up and banks it in. Hardaway has got 18 points in the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
Pierce with a wide open look. Off target from three-point range.
And they continue to control the glass.
Yeah, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And Hardaway's nickname came from his grandmother. She was calling him pretty, but with that southern drawl, it sounded like Penny.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Billups from outside. Outside, Pierce. Pass to Billups. Fires the three. Again, Pierce missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Outside Hardaway. From deep three-point range. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Hardaway has got 7 now in this quarter. That's Nowitzki at the elbow. The kick out to Billups. Pass to Pierce. And there's the call on Jones. That'll be his second foul of the game. Greg, you know, we're seeing players take control of their free agent destiny. Do players get a bad rap for that and switching teams?
Listen, I don't know if you get a bad rap, but you're going to catch the rap of the fan base. You think of Paul George in Indy or KD in OKC, and fans, they're going to feel jilted. There's no doubt about it. They're going to feel scorned.
Yeah. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Nowitzki, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Jokic.
Nowitzki's so crafty at using the pump fake to his advantage. Can't leave your feet around him if you're on defense. You got to stay down.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Outside, Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And Nowitzki, wide open, he fires, drills the three-pointer. Nowitzki's got 12 points in the game.
You always have to be alert to where Nowitzki is. I mean, he loves catching the defense off guard with the catch and shoot.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Timberwolves trail by 10.
And what a factor Ben Simmons is on the floor. Does so much for this team in every facet of the game. He's a triple-double threat whenever he suits up.
Pass to Simmons. And Chauncey Billups gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Here's Simmons over Nowitzki. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And sometimes people forget just how young Ben Simmons is, Greg. This is just the beginning for him.
I mean, and that's what fans are missing about Simmons, his age. I mean, you can worry about his shot, but he has a long time to figure it out. He could end up having a Jason Kidd type of a career where he becomes a solid shooter later on.
Pass to Vassell. Just 5 on the clock. Raptors need to get a shot off. Pierce with the steal. Here's Augustine, and that one is stuffed right through.
And made possible by a heads-up play defensively at the other end.
Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
At his size, Jokic a threat to throw it down, showing you how dominant he can be inside.
Pass to Augustine. Here's for three. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Pierce has got 9 points.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Here's Jokic. He takes it in. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that.
Well, you don't see bigs with Jokic's skill level very often. His athleticism, very average, but he still can throw it down if he has to.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And that one falls for Johnson.
You know, Johnson is a superb scorer, an effective combo guard who can get it going in a hurry. Phillips spreading that ball around like butter.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball. And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. Toronto leading by 9. They set the pick. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And Hardaway, Penny Hardaway, boy, what a terrific passer he is. Great floor awareness and does an excellent job finding the open man.
And there's the call on Jones. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Pass to Wells. Here's Odom. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And there's the call on Jones. That will be foul number 5 on him.
Yeah, and that's number 5. One more, and he is going to be done for the day.
And the dunk by Odom.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
Pass to Vassell. Here's Hardaway. And it's Hardaway with the jam.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
Pass to Okongwu. Lock at 6. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Raptors making a switch here. 4th quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. There's a screen. Here's Stackhouse. But they'll get another chance. Now McGrady. Pass to Stackhouse. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Wells. Driving inside.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
My goodness, I didn't think they could top that last dunk, but it only took a couple seconds.
Not much defense, Greg, on those last few possessions, but does anyone mind?
Not
No.
at all.
I don't think the fans have a problem with it one bit. This is some crowd-pleasing action we've got going right now.
A key rebound there, but they can do a little better on the glass here down the stretch.
Guys, it's been their weakness to this point in the game, but they're still alive. Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Pass to McGrady. From the arc. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Toronto leading by 11. Outside Hardaway. The kick out to Brown. Here's Vassell. Here's Larson. Hits the target from 18 feet. And the Raptors lead by 13. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. During that last break, I heard what the Raptors coach told to his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one.
Well, I love how crafty Jokic is. You know, he basically baits defenders into committing the foul once he gets deep position.
Good on the second free throw. There's 1:34 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Billups. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Billups is a clutch performer, someone who isn't afraid of taking big shots. I just love how fearless he is.
And the second of two is good. That brings them to within 10.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
Pass to Augustine. Out Carter. It's Pierce on the wing. Back to Carter. Shot clock at 5. And here's Pierce. The Timberwolves working the ball around him. And it's blocked by Brown. .58 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Toronto.
Two great rebounding teams.
And these guys worked just a little bit harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief two-game.
I tell you what, no matter how brief it is, anytime you can get a season series sweep, you're happy.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too, as a matter of fact. I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all this work from behind the arc.
Well, so often we see this transition buckets off turnover.
We know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
And so Toronto takes this but by a big margin. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.